A very good evening to one and all present here, with hearts full of enthusiasm and minds eager to learn. I, Kanishka, feel truly delighted to welcome you all to this wonderful evening of knowledge, ideas, and inspiration. Evenings have their own charm, a calm that invites reflection, and a glow that inspires connection. And today's evening is special as we have gathered here, not just for a session, but for a shared journey of learning and growth through this insightful society training program. I welcome you all to the platform of SAARTHI, the Society for Agricultural Advancement, Research, Training, and Human Innovation. This platform not only encourages knowledge exchange, but also nurtures curiosity. And that's the true essence of education. Before we move further, it's my privilege to welcome our esteemed speaker, Dr. Baljeet Saharan, whose experience and insights promise to make the session a truly enriching one. Sir, it's a great honor to have you with us this evening. I want to take a few seconds of you to introduce Dr. Baljeet Saharan, Principal Scientist, Department of Microbiology, CCS HAU Hisar. Dr. Sarin is renowned expert in microbiology, biofertilizers with decades of research experience and publication in reputed journals. His work on soil microbial activity and bioinputs have contributed immensely to the advancement of natural and organic farming system in India. Today, he will enlighten us with his lecture on soil health and microbial activities in natural farming. We truly welcome you, sir. Sir, please continue your session. Thank you.
So thank you. I'm especially thankful to our Ajay sir and the whole team of Sarthi, Harshita, Kaniska, and today this is the final session, last session of this national training. I think many lectures were there regarding natural farming, what is natural farming, application of natural farming, and why we are going for natural farming. The thing is, this is the era when we are going towards this natural farming. Many words like agroecology, organic farming, natural farming, yoga farming, homa farming, so many are there. So why natural farming? So as Kaniska has told that my topic is related to natural farming, and I'm expert of microbiology basically. So more focus will be on microbiology and microbial activities, and how these microorganisms play a role in natural farming, and some other agronomical practices, and so many things are there which are important with regard to natural farming. So I welcome all dignitaries. Dr. OP Chaudhary is also there. He is our senior faculty from HAU, and he is also expert of natural farming, and all my senior colleagues. And I am also special thankful to our Vice Chancellor, Varti Vice Chancellor Professor VR Kambos, Dr. Hariom, our retired Principal Scientist of Agronomy. He is also Padam Siri. He got Padam Siri in natural farming. And the whole team of HAU, Chaudhary Chandra Singh Haryana Agriculture University, Hisar. Today we are in the era of national mission on natural farming. There is national mission on natural farming, and you can see in our country there are so many centers. One of them is Gurukul Kurukshetra. So very big demonstration farm where natural farming is going on. His Excellency Governor Gujarat, Governor Maharashtra, Acharya Devarji, he is the brand ambassador of natural farming. And our Honorable Prime Minister is also focusing on natural farming, emphasizing to farmers, and he has launched a national mission on natural farming worth rupees 2,481 crores. So we are special, we are having thankful to all our farmers who started this natural farming. Basically, this technique, it comes from field to lab. So earlier they started natural farming, and there were very good results. And then we started working on it. Dr. O.P. Chaudhary is there, Dr. Hariom, and so many scientists, they are working on this natural farming, because there were so many farmers, already champion farmers, and who were adopting this natural farming. And then the science behind this. So our scientists, our team, they are working very hard. And organizations like SAARTHI and many other social organizations, they are also very helpful in promoting this natural farming mission. So today's my topic, which has been given to me, this is natural farming for sustainable agriculture. Dr. O.P. Chaudhary, namaskar. Sir, volume is okay?
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Saab, and it's our pleasure to have you here. An eminent scientist and eminent propagand of the natural farming. It is truly an honor for all of for me also and for Sarthi to have you here, to have your views which have come from the ground, and your association with our honorable Mahai Mahim Devrat Acharya ji and Hariom has been pioneering in this, and really we appreciate that. And I especially joined to listen to you. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. We need your blessing, sir.
My pleasure.
Now I will start with the thing is the natural farming. What exactly is natural farming, and the principles, they are very, very important. Natural farming. If somebody wants to do natural farming, if he or she is following all these principles, he or she definitely will get very good result, very good yield in his or her farm. The thing is, first thing is inputs. So main thing is inputs. If we talk of natural farming, then we are having two types of inputs. One thing is for plant nutrition, and another is plant protection. Plant nutrition, Jivamrit, Ghanjivamrit, and Bijamrit is for seed treatments. And if we talk of biocontrol aspect of plants, disease management aspects, then there are so many bioformulations, and they have been defined. Everything has been defined. For example, in case of निमास्त्र ब्रह्मास्त्र दस पर्णी अर्क खट्टी लस्सी सोंठास्त्र agniastra. So these are the bioformulations which can be used time to time to control the insect and pest management. Another thing is crop residues. The important thing is the farmer is incorporating all the crop residues in his farm. If he is not using this crop residue, the thing is we are taking residue from the soil, but organic carbon and many trace elements, NPK, the level you can maintain only if you are using these all crop residues inside your farm. Natural soil amendments, in this case, everything is defined. We are using these crop residues. We are using Jivamrit. We are using Ghanjivamrit. We are using different strategies also. We are following, like crop rotation is there, mixed cropping is there, intercropping is there. So these are the important things that we have to follow. Biodiversity of the field is maintained. Biodiversity of plants, biodiversity of microorganisms, biodiversity of different crops, biodiversity with regard to orchard, biodiversity with regard to crop plants, etc. That is also very important component of the natural farming. Different strategies, as I have told, that is the crop rotation, mixed cropping, intercropping. That is also very, very important. Sustainability, this process is this natural farming, this is sustainable approach, because if we are going for natural farming and we are cultivating our crops again and again, you will see that the level of NPK, all type of major minor trace elements, that is maintained. So this is a sustainable approach. Interconnected ecosystems, basically we talk of interconnected ecosystems, all the ecosystems we are interconnecting. The thing is we are using this crop residues. We are going for cultivating of different type of crops. We are also going for biodiversity. We are also going for livestock, etc. So the thing is the farmer, it is working in all aspects like integrated farming system. So here we have defined the things that the farmer, he has to prepare bijamrit, jivamrit, ganjivamrit on farm. Then this is traditional farming. The thing is traditional techniques, traditional things, bioformulations we are using in this natural farming. Uh, there is no need to go for special things to learn. The thing is to go for a training of natural farming. that at the time of sowing we have to use Bijamrit, then we have to use Ganjivamrit, split dose of Ganjivamrit, then Jivamrit, spray of Jivamrit, use of Jivamrit with irrigation water, etc. Climate change, because these days we are facing the problem of climate change, the temperature is increasing, and if we go for natural methods or sustainable methods or good agricultural practices, then we can cope up with this problem also. So one of them is natural farming. There is natural pest control, biodiversity is there, natural enemies are there, and there is microclimate creation, so that automatically most of the disease farmer is not facing, because when we go for crop rotation, the pests, insects of one crop, they are different from other. Another thing is when we use these bio formulations, Nemastra, Brahmastra, so they are having the different aspects, they are having different spectrums for different diseases and pest and disease control. Community involvement is there. All citizens of our India, all citizens, like maybe farmer, maybe students, maybe our community of scientists, and all they can be they can involve themselves as a in certification, in cultivation, in sowing, and all processes of agriculture related processes. So community involvement is there, certification we are working on, and the quality control is also very important. The protocols, they are also important. The education is also important. So syllabus has been made regarding this natural farming, implementation of natural farming in 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, BSc, MSc, UG, PG, PhD, all programs. Even in Gujarat, you can say the polytechnic program is there. In Haryana, also earlier regarding to agriculture, polytechnic, there was one subject. So these are all spheres of life, all type of communities, they can involve in natural farming. Indigenous cow, that is very, very important. Some people say that why cow, why not others? The thing is, cow, you see the microbiota of cow dung, you see the values of cow urine, you see the digestive system, you will see that a lot of metabolites, they are present in cow dung. And local cow, because it has adapted towards the climate, acclimatized well, and you see that this cow dung, it attracts a lot of communities, like microbes, earthworms, etc. So that is very, very important. And the level of microorganisms, colony forming units per unit, per gram of the cow dung, you see the quality as well as quantity of these microorganisms. That is very, very important in case of cow. Earthworms, they are also very important components of this natural farming. So we are going to enrich earthworms in our soils, and the farmer, if he is following this natural farming, you see a lot of earthworms are there. Number of earthworm is increasing. Likewise, number of microorganisms, quality and control, quality and quantity of microorganisms, that is also increased. And both are good friends, and they are good friends of farmer also. The soil fertility is going on increasing if the farmer is following natural farming. Wapsa, this is the condition where 50% air, 50% water is maintained, and this is very good condition where you see the maximum uptake of natural farming, uptake of nutrients during natural farming is there. So these are the few points which are very, very important if we talk of natural farming. So why we are going for natural farming? Why we are thinking of natural farming? You see in the picture, Honorable Governor Gujarat, Sri Acharya Devarji, His Excellency. You see that this was started on the land of few farmers, and then it became popular, and then Honorable this. Subhas Palekarji, Adarniya Subhas Palekarji, he also started this process, and he got Padam Shri, and he gave the name Zero Budget Natural Farming. Then after few months or few years, the name was changed to low cost natural farming. Then Subhas Palekar Krishi. So recently they are using this word Subhas Palikar Krishi, and this natural farming, it includes mostly the principles. Actually, this natural farming is dependent on agroclimatic zones. So agroclimatic zone of Maharashtra is slightly different from other zones. So slight modifications are there. Otherwise, mostly the bioformulations and the basic principles of natural farming, they are like the Subhas Palikar Krishi. So why we are going for this natural farming? Improved soil health. Soil health is increasing. You see, no doubt. Enhanced biodiversity. Biodiversity, we are also enhancing all type of microbes, insect, and different type of crops. Reduced environmental impact. So we are facing a lot of problems in environment these days because of pollution, also because of this climate change also. But if we are going for natural farming, then we can normalize these things. Sustainable resource use. Most of the things, they are, the special thing is in case of natural farming is that most of the things, they are being prepared on farm. That is very important, because as it's earlier its name, zero budget natural farming or low cost natural farming, or because the purpose is to reduce the input cost of the farmer. If input cost is reduced, then you can see, if we earn 30,000 and we are spending nearby 20,000, so 10,000 we are earning, farmer is earning 10,000 per acre. But if the input cost is 5,000 and he is earning nearby 25,000, even then the difference is 20,000. The thing is, the input cost, that is very, very important, and ultimately it affects benefit cost ratio. So in this case, you can see benefit cost ratio, that is very, very good. Healthier food, the quality of the food is very good, the quality of the product is very good, because all type of natural processes are there. The natural ingredients of the cereals, pulses, fruits are there. So we get the healthier food. There is no residue from insects, from insecticide or pesticide. So if we talk of quality of the food, that is very good in case of natural farming. Resilience to climate change. The process is, you will see in nature, there are switch on, switch off. If there is any kind of stress on the plants, the process is switched on. In case of natural farming, all the processes, they are taking place, they are working in order. That's why this crop that becomes resilient to the climate change, sudden increase in temperature or decrease in temperature, or humidity. So these abiotic, they are affecting the crop. And in case of natural farming, you see, the crop is resilient to the stresses. Cost saving is there, and community benefits are there. Long term viability, because if we talk of sustainability, then ultimately we have to go for this such type of processes, such type of agricultural practices like natural farming. Otherwise, we are going on increasing the bag of urea. Earlier we were using only one bag, then two bag, three bag, four bag, five bag. So that is the problem. So we have to go for alternatives also, like natural farming. Ethical considerations are there. And if we talk of this sustainable approaches in case of natural farming, we are following all processes. In our area, you can see the terminal heat stress. The thing is, if the temperature is increasing in case of February, then the earlier maturity is there. We have noted some patterns in case of paddy, in case of wheat field. In Haryana, Punjab, you see sometimes this paddy straw burning is there. So where the places, sites where burning is there, you see early maturity is there. So direct relation between this burning and damage to microorganisms, the population of microorganisms is affected. And in the same field where there was no burning, because you see the pattern of residue after harvesting by combine. So the wheat is not going for early maturity. But in a case where there is burning of the straw on those strips, the wheat is going for early maturity, because the microorganisms, the microbiome, microcosm, that is directly affecting the processes. And in case of natural farming, you see these processes are being followed. In case of lodging also, if you go for natural farming, then it's also the process of lodging is affected. There was storm, and we could see that in case of natural farming fields, there was no lodging in Gurukul Kurukshetra, and nearby places there was lodging. So why? Because it directly affects the porosity of the soil, it directly affects the root development of the wheat, and it directly affects the quality of the stem of the wheat. So if the stem is proper, the quality of the stem and roots development is proper, then directly due to elasticity, the lodging process is being affected in case of natural farming. So you see, this is there is effect of this natural farming processes. This earthworm, as I have discussed, this is very important. This is hermaphrodite, and this is very good. Actually, in case of natural farming, we are not thinking of vermicomposting. Vermicompost we are preparing outside and then adding to field. But in this case, the concept is that we are adding agro residues, and earthworms, the native earthworms, their number is increasing. So the native earthworms enrichment, it leads to the maximum number of microorganisms, and the combination of microorganisms and natural farming, they enhance the process of biodecomposition of the agro residues. And there is concept of slow release of nutrients also. So if we are not using biodecomposer from outside, we are using native microorganisms of the soil as a biodecomposer. We are using the native earthworms. Then there is a combination and slow release of nutrients in the field. You can see if we add the straw of the field. Then a different type of communities, they go for a different type of activities in the soil. You see, if we talk of microorganisms, they go for zinc solubilization, biological nitrogen fixation, phosphate solubilization, potassium solubilization, siderophore productions, IA production, GA3 production, abscisic acid, ethylene, etc. So these are the direct mechanisms. Indirectly also, there are so many processes like induced systemic resistance is there if you go for natural farming. Then acquired systemic resistance is there, competition is there, volatile organic compound production is there, antifreeze protein is there, heat shock protein are there, cold shock proteins are there, and stress control like ACC deaminase and proline biosynthesis. So all these processes, they are integrated and they are working in proper manner, so that during the process of natural farming, during the practices of natural farming, you see the plant is healthy. How this earthworm is affecting the soil, how this earthworm is playing role in case of natural farming. So you see, even after death of this earthworm, so it is also affecting the pathogens. The smell, the volatile organic compounds released by this earthworm, they affect these pathogens like E. coli, Salmonella, Bacillus. So these type of studies we did in laboratory, so that whether it is having some antimicrobial properties, whether it is also affecting these pathogens after its death. These are that is bacterial is prokaryotic system. In case of a eukaryotic system, you see fungi. This is a eukaryotic system, plant, microorganisms, this algae, and human being also. So we can see the effect on these also. The quantity 50 microliters, 100 microliters. So slight increase is there. Then the control of these pathogens we can see directly. The community of microorganisms, that is very very important. If we talk of biodiversity, then we are talking of different type of plants, different type of birds, different type of insects. In case of microbiology also, there are microorganisms, and these microorganisms, all type of microorganisms are there. Like in our society, doctors are there, advocates are there, drivers are there, political persons are there. So likewise, all type of components, all type of these agents, they are required in microbiology. And in soil, when they perform, all microorganisms, they have different activities. If one type of community is absent, so one type of property that is lacking in the soil. If we talk of insecticide, pesticide, they kill some communities. For example, if they kill biosurfactant producers, they are very very important if we talk of biodegradation process. And if there are no biosurfactant producers or biodecomposers, you see the process is directly affected. Nutrient uptake is also directly affected. These microorganisms, they play role. They are very important if we talk of in microbiology. This microbiology is a study of microorganisms. Microorganisms, the organisms which can't be seen by naked eye or unaided eye. So the thing is, their presence is very very important. Where they are present, microorganisms, they are present everywhere except fire. In fire, there are no microorganisms, because basically microorganism, you see, there are unicellular, multicellular, and they are made up of cells. And the major component of cell is the water, and then there is protein. So water is evaporated and protein is denatured. That's why they are not present in the fire. Otherwise, everywhere you take the sample of sand, you take the sample of ice, you take the sample of blood, you take the sample of soil, you take the sample of plant, everywhere microorganisms, they are present. Second thing is observations. The importance is their observation. We can't see them without help of microscopes or unaided eye, or without help we can't see. So that's the major hurdle. In a farmer, in his farm, he can see how many trees are there, what kind of crop is there, how many birds are there. So everything he can see, but he can't see microorganisms. That's why if he is using anything, he is doing such type of practice that is harming microorganisms, the number of microorganisms is increasing or decreasing, he can't see. That's why that's a very big hurdle. The thing is to understand that the importance of microorganisms, and when a farmer is going for natural farming practices, he is increasing the number of microorganisms. That is very important. That is the part of the number of microorganisms and awareness regarding those microorganisms in the field. So different branches like phycology, study of algae; mycology, study of fungi; bacteriology, study of bacteria; protozoology, study of protozoa; viruses; and helminths. Or not all helminths, they are included in microbiology. Few helminths which are having cyst-like structures, those cysts, they are live and they can't be seen by naked eye. But when they infect the plants or animals, so they cause the disease. That's why we include them in microbiology. So this algae is eukaryotic system, like our system is there, plant system is there. Fungi is also eukaryotic system. Algae is autotrophic, can synthesize their food. Fungi is heterotrophic, is not able to synthesize food. Bacterial cell is very simple, prokaryotic type cell, and normally they are unicellular. These protozoans, they are present in water. You can see the sewage water also. Sometimes in food, there is some contamination. We are having the problem of gas formation in our stomach. That is also due to protozoa, and they are also important in our field. Virology, that is the study of viruses. Virus is very simple cell. Normally, the scientists, they consider on the borderline of living and non-living, because they can't multiply outside the host. If they are outside from our body or plant body, they are not able to multiply. And when they infect the plant or animals, so they multiply. That's why they are very important. And example is coronavirus. You could see when corona came, every body was affected, the whole world was affected. So other microorganisms, they are having more capacity than virology on these viruses. So they can, you can see how much harm they can go for, or how much benefits they can go for farmers. Habitat is the natural home of these microorganisms. Rhizobacteria, the bacteria related with the roots. Phylobacteria, the bacteria related with the plants, leaf parts. Endophytes, they make temporary houses. When crop is there, microorganism come in contact with the plant part and make temporary house. When plant is removed or after harvesting, the microorganisms, they are surviving independently. Free living, such type of microorganisms, whether there is crop or not, they are multiplying, they are surviving there, they are performing their activities. Azotobacter is there. Symbiotic, they make a good relationship between plant and the microorganisms. Nodule formation is there. Nodules, they are the permanent houses for these microorganisms. As soon as there is germination of the seed, then these microorganisms, they come in contact with the root, and the plant gives space and they start surviving there, and there is permanent house for these microorganisms. Example is the rhizobium. Associative type, if there is a very good crop in the field, crop canopy is there, moisture is good, then these microorganisms, their number is increasing. And you can see these microorganisms in case of wheat in the month of February, or you can see in sugarcane also. Example is this azospirillum. And mycorrhiza, that is also very good, important, and that is the association of fungi and the roots of higher plants. The idea came from that. And these days we are also using mycorrhiza in case of crop plants. So these are different natural homes for microorganisms. So these microorganisms, how they play a role in micro and natural farming. The thing is, when the soil is ready, the farmer knows that this is ready for sowing, and he is going for sowing. As soon as there is sowing, the seed, it checks in the environment whether what is the level of the moisture, what is the length of the day, what is the temperature, whether there is any kind of toxic substance in the environment. If everything is perfect, then these seeds, they start germinating. As soon as germination is there, it releases some water like substance, that is root exudates. And root exudates, it contains some volatile organic compounds. These volatile organic compounds, they attract the microbial communities towards their roots, and useful and compatible bacteria, they come in contact with the plant root. And the number of microorganisms is going on because they get food from the plant, and they help plant provides space. So there is very good relationship between the bacteria, the microorganism, and the plants. The root biomass goes on increasing, and the number of microorganisms, it goes on increasing. Earlier there is 1, then 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, likewise. So you see, because these are living entities, their number is going on. And the friendship starts from the germination and up to the harvesting. Different type of microbial communities, they come in the soil. And when there are changes in the temperature, when there are changes in the day length, so one type of community, their number is decreasing, and their death occurs, and it contributes the organic carbon. So organic carbon is increasing, different type of communities, they are coming, and ultimately you see the fertility of the soil is maintained, because in this case we are also using crop residues. And there is also litter that is coming from falling of leaves, and they go on decomposition of all type of that litter and crop residues, there is going on. Different type of supply doses we are using in Ganjivamrit, 2 quintal, 4 quintal, 10 quintal, depending on the nature of the crop and season. Then you see a spermosphere, that is also very, very important. The microorganisms which are associated with the seed, they are very important. It is not easy to sterilize the seed. If we are going for disinfection, we provide harsh conditions, then you see we are killing the baby. If we are not going for harsh conditions, then you see some pathogens are there, and they ultimately they affect the germination process, and they are also going to cause the disease. So that is very important. That's why in case of natural farming, we use Bijamrit. Then what exactly is the role of these microorganisms? How they contribute to the crop, how they contribute to the soil fertility? Biological nitrogen fixation. You see, if we talk of the air, 78.2% volume by volume is the uh, nitrogen. So if we talk of 100 parts of pure air, so nearby 78 parts are nitrogen. But that nitrogen is in the form of N2, N triple bond N. So triple bond is there, and this is a inert molecule. That nitrogen can't be used by our plants. That nitrogen can't be used by our our body also, human beings. So that nitrogen, that can be used only by microorganisms, and they are having the weapon, that is the enzyme nitrogenase. So this nitrogenase, it cuts down the triple bond nitrogen. So this nitrogen, it reacts with oxygen, so nitrate, nitrite, ammonium, and this nitrogen also. So those available form of nitrogen, that can be used by plant, but the inert nitrogen, that can't be used by plant. That's why biological nitrogen fixation process is very, very important. In the whole world, we are not able to synthesize urea up to that level, up to which level biological nitrogen fixation is going on. So that is very, very important at the main base of the natural farming. Another thing is phosphate solubilization. There is no limitation of phosphorus normally in our soils. You see in concrete, in stones, hilly area, everywhere. Phosphorus is there, but that is in inorganic form. That is not in available form. So to convert it into available form, normally we need acids. So if acidic conditions are there, so you see this pi, that is inorganic phosphorus, is converted into phosphates, and that is done by microorganisms. These microorganisms, especially bacteria and fungi, they synthesize organic acids, and the pH is lower down, and this pi, that is inorganic phosphorus, is being converted into phosphate. So phosphorus availability is also there. Hello. हेलो, सॉरी फॉर डिस्टरबेंस सर, सॉरी। आपको पता है ये फोन आ जाता है बीच में। So availability of nitrogen is there because of biological nitrogen fixation. Availability of phosphorus is there because of this phosphate solubilization. Then phytohormone production is there. So basically, sometimes we are very happy, sometimes we are very sad, and our mood also changes. Likewise, in case of plants also, when the plant will go up to maturity, when flowering will be there, everything is being decided by these hormones. And in case of plants, we say them phytohormones. All type of phytohormones, they are being synthesized inside the body of the plant, inside the body of the plant. But if there are some deficiencies of nutrients, there are some deficiencies of amino acids, so these phytohormones, they are not synthesized by that plant, so that faces a type of the stress. In that case, the plant gives signal to the microorganisms, and there are so many microorganisms, including azotobacter. So they produce these hormones, and the deficiency of hormone, or the proper functioning or regulation of the body of the plant is maintained through these processes, that is phytohormone production by microorganisms. Micronutrient mobilization is that also important, and that is also microorganisms, they play important role during this mobilization of the these micronutrients, trace elements, and the plant. There is no deficiency. In case of natural farming, you see there are different processes, integrated approach is being utilized, and the farmer is following so many strategies. Ultimately, this capillary action is there, residue incorporation is there, crop rotation is there, different type of crops, mixed crop is there, different type of root exudates are there. So ultimately, you see there is no deficiency of the trace elements. Nutrient uptake is also increased by these microorganisms. Disease management is there, natural enemies are there, the process of allelopathy is there, the process of biocontrol is there. So you see, in case of natural farming, there is automatically the incidence of disease that is minimized. Biocontrol also, some type of microorganisms, they control other microorganisms like fungi, it controls bacteria, or bacteria control fungi. Even entomopathogenic microbes are also there. Bacteriocins, these are the small peptides which are used in natural farming through this khatti chach or khatti lassi. And these bacteriocins, they are having narrow spectrum. They can control closely related pathogens. For example, if Bacillus acidophilus is producing this bacteriocin, it can control the other lactobacillus. Biosurfactants, these are the surface active compounds. They are very important. They reduces the surface tension of water. You see, the small droplets of water, they are round. If a droplet is big one, then it is flattened because of gravity. Otherwise, it tries to remain in the round shape because of this surface tension. And this surface tension is being broken by these biosurfactants. These surfactants compounds, they are produced by bacteria. You see the scenario in the soil, root is there, moisture is there, air is there, small droplets are there, and the nutrient is inside the droplet, but that is not being spreaded because of surface tension. If there are the communities of microbes which are able to produce biosurfactants, they immediately synthesize biosurfactant, and this biosurfactant, it spreads the small droplets, and the plant gets nutrients because the droplets, they come in contact with the root. You see on the floor, if there is oil is there, and if we try to put some water, then you see small droplets are there, and if you use surf or some detergent, then all the droplets, they will spread. That is the mechanism. Antibiotics, Antibiotics, they control the pathogens. These antibiotics, they are being synthesized by microorganisms. On Earth, you see all type of antibiotics, they are being synthesized by microorganisms. The number of microorganisms is also very, very important. You see, per gram of soil, nearby 1 crore, 10 raised to power 7 bacteria per gram of soil, maybe. So number is also very, very important. If we are going for chemical farming, we are killing these microorganisms. You see, the labor of our field, our farm is not there because of these chemicals, or maybe because of pesticides. And per gram, there are nearby 1 crore. In 1 kg, multiply by 1000. And if you see the soil of almost 1 acre, 2.24 into 10 raised to power 6 also. So there are very big number of microorganisms, they are playing a role. And in case of pathogens also, if there is any attack, the microorganisms, uh, they are the good friend of plants. The plant, if it is not in good condition, it synthesizes different type of volatile organic compounds, and those volatile organic compounds, they give the signal to the microorganisms, and they start synthesizing antibiotics. So these antibiotics, they control the pathogens. ACC deaminase, this is a kind of enzyme. This enzyme, ultimately, it is inhibiting the synthesis of ethylene. Ethylene is responsible for maturity. So if there is any kind of stress on plants, especially if there is water stress, drought stress, in case of cotton also you can see. So in Haryanvi, we call it sokka. So if there is drought, then early maturity is there. Early maturity is there, and because of ethylene. And if microorganisms are there, if there is stress on plants, these microorganisms, they will synthesize this ACC deaminase, and this ACC deaminase, this will convert the synthesis of ethylene into alpha ketobutyrate, etc. So ethylene is not there, and then early maturity is not there. So that is also very, very important. Then microorganisms, as I have told you, they are present everywhere. There are phyllosporic bacteria also. If we talk of one bacteria which is present, which is sitting on the leaf of the plant. So this is helping plant in many types. You see different boxes. Enzyme production is there. Antagonistic activity this microorganism is performing. It is helping this plant. It is preventing the colonization of pathogenic bacteria. It is also going for biological nitrogen fixation. It is also acting as a biocontrol agent. It is also having antioxidant properties. It is also having helping the plant in alleviating the stresses. It is safe if we talk of food safety point of view, and it also going for phytohormone production. So there are so many activities which are being performed by microorganisms which are present on the leaf of the plant. You see, if we go for insecticide or pesticide spray, then such type of microorganisms, we are going to kill them. You see how these microbial communities, they are increasing or decreasing their number, how it is being affected. So you just catch one color, you talk of red color or green color, you see it is increasing or decreasing, it is increasing or decreasing. If it is increasing, it means it is indicating that one particular type of microorganisms community or their number is increasing. If it is decreasing, it means that community, that number is being decreased. So these are the recording or observations of only for few days, when there is more sunlight or when there is less sunlight. So all factors like moisture, humidity, temperature, pH of the cell, nature of the crop, age of the crop, and weather conditions, they are affecting microbial numbers. So that is very, very important if we are going for natural farming and we maintain all type of microorganisms in the soil. Mulching, that is also very important component of the natural farming. If you go for live mulch or dead mulch, live mulch like cover crops we are using, maybe we are also going for trap crops, they are also helping in biocontrol. We are also using these straws. So it maintains the moisture, it maintains the moisture. That's why the microorganisms number is more. Another thing is that is being decomposed slowly, and that also act as the food of the microorganism, and ultimately they provides nutrients to the plants. Then irrigation, flood irrigation is not required. You can do this experiment at home also. You have just two similar type of pots, have similar quantity of soil and just go for sowing of seed, and after 15 days you will see on one pot you just use only water on the surface just to wet the surface. In another pot you put one glass or one mug of water every day. You will see after 15 days the growth of the plant which is being provided more water, that is stunted, and the growth of the plant which is being provided very less, or only we are wetting the surface of the upper surface of the soil. You see the growth because it directly affects nutrients availability. So flood irrigation is not required. So we have to think of this alternative method, especially in case of paddy, and how we can go for this intercropping in case of paddy. That is also a very big challenge. In case of wheat and other crops, it's in case of orchard multi cropping system, that is also that is possible, but in case of crops like paddy, that is very very challenging. Then we go for these different type of activities we perform inside the lab, whether there is presence of ammonia, whether there is presence of nitrate, nitrite, siderophore. That is also important. Siderophore, these are the chelating agents. When these are being produced by microorganisms inside the soil, they attract old metals, like even they attract iron, and which act as the cofactor for the pathogens. So indirect mechanism is there, they control the disease. Then biological nitrogen fixation experiments, then antifungal properties, whether different type of fungi that can be used, that can be controlled inside the in on farm. If there is any attack of any fungi, fungal disease is there, then we collect these fungi and the microorganisms or bacteria isolated from the natural farming soils we see, and we have screened a lot of fungi which are phytopathogens fungi, phytopathogenic fungi, and they can be controlled by bacteria. So in natural farming, if we create such type of conditions, we increase the number of microorganisms so they can control the fungal disease also. The thing is, when there is competition between useful bacteria and harmful bacteria, suppose one is bacteria which is causing disease, another is useful bacteria, you see the requirement of the useful bacteria or friend bacteria, they are very very less. If there is competition between the two, then the bacteria which is useful for plant, that is going to survive. So all type of fungi we have tested, and different type of bacteria or different type of isolates taken from the natural farming, they are having very good activities. Chitinase also, that is also very very important. Chitinase, this is the enzyme which can damage the fungal cell wall, which is made up of chitin, so that also indirectly it kills fungi. Then different type of metabolites being produced by bacteria, they are also very important, being produced by different microorganisms, and they play a role in increasing the fertility of the soil during different signaling molecules. Then we are going to identify them and purify them, and ultimately what kind of microorganisms they are producing these, and how their number that can be increased in natural farming. Then how the process of bacterialization or these microorganisms, they affect germination of different type of seeds. So seed germination, this is very typical. If we disturb the process of seed germination in between, the seed will not germinate. So you can also do this experiment at home. Just have a pot and go for sowing in proper conditioning, and daily you disturb it, so it is not going to germinate. And another pot you do not disturb it, just go for sowing, and after a few days you will see the seed is germinating. All these microorganisms, directly or indirectly, they also affect this seed germination. Even if there are residues of insecticide, pesticide, they are also affecting the seed germination process. So we have tested so many pulses and the cereals and their germination. In our Haryana Agriculture Ministry SAR farm, Dr. Opi Chaudhary is there. We are always cultivating these different varieties of chickpea, that is chana, and a bumper crop is there always. So we are not using insecticide, pesticide in natural conditions, you see, and yield is also very good. Then the importance point is the preparation of these bioformulation like Jiva Amrit, Ghanjiva Amrit, Nemastra, Brahmastra. So everywhere there are bio resource centers, bioformulation centers, and they are going for the training of farmers, training of scientists, training of social workers. So that is also important, how to prepare these formulations. For example, in case of Jivamrit, uh, good is there, that is jaggery, and then gram flour is there, that quantity is nearby 2 kg, and then total volume the farmer can make for 1 acre is one drum, that is 200 liters, nearby 500 grams of soil, the soil which is having no residue, that is nearby from burnt or under the tree. So the process is very, very important. So the farmers who want to go for natural farming, first they should take very good training, and then start doing natural farming on small area, at least 10% area maximum. He or she should start. Otherwise, the risk is there. If there is no proper training, all the strategy or the component of natural farming, all the pillars of natural farming, if he is not following, then we can't say that he is doing natural farming. If he is following all the pillars of natural farming, then we can say he will get very good yield. These are the fields of natural farming in case of Gurukul Kurukshetra. We are special thankful for this Gurukul Kurukshetra farm, because we can see on farm these things, and we are performing the experiments. So time to time we see the different activities of earthworms, Vapsa creation, and then the importance is biodiversity of these microorganisms. Then we go for biodiversity of microorganisms by molecular methods. Different type of bacteria are there, different type of protozoa are there, different type of archaea they are there, and then we publish this. So we are having so many publications which directly they support this study of the natural farming. The important points, if we talk of natural farming, that is the concept, as I have told, that the things they have been defined, the farmer has to follow these things, and the farmer not to follow these things. Then the bioformulations like Jivamrit, Ghanjivamrit. Then trainers should be there. If proper trainers are there, then the promotion is possible. Our nation, it's taking it as a mission, national mission on natural farming. It ultimately is leading to sustainability, and this is also poison-free agriculture. Then some of the publications, if they are interested, they can see our Google Scholar. This is my Google Scholar page, and ResearchGate page is also there. I am very much thankful to Dr. Hariom Padamsiri. I am also very much thankful to Acharya Devarji for providing me this opportunity. So thank you very much. I have tried that the few points which are important in case of natural farming. I have tried to cover those, and now the session is open for questions if there are any queries. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us with your in-depth knowledge in soil health and microbiology. I hope this will help our participants for their future purposes. Thank you so much, sir. Now I request participants, if they have any queries, they can raise their hand and introduce themselves, and then they can ask their queries. Or else they can send their queries in the chat section. Only 3 questions will be taken as we are conducting more further session, our validatory section. So I request you all to send your queries and ask.
They can write the question in chat box also, I think. So
Sir,
some of the
we are
persons.
happy, Surya Narayana.
Good evening, sir. My question is that can we formulate the biosurfactants or adjuvants from the cow dung and cow urine or not?
Sir, no. The answer is no, because these are surface active compounds, and these are being synthesized with these microorganisms. The quality and quantity of the biosurfactants produced by these microorganisms while in soil, this is under this inducible system. So when there is any signal from the plant, these microorganisms, they are going to synthesize these biosurfactants, and that is also used in the soil and various processes.
Then sir, the second question emerges, then in natural farming, the biosurfactants and the bioadjuvants will be prepared on what process?
Can you please repeat the question?
Sir, how you will prepare the biosurfactants and bioadjuvants in natural farming? Or if
Yeah, sir. There is no need for special preparation of these biosurfactants. Actually, we are increasing the microbial communities, native microbial communities, which are biosurfactant producers. So, if we enrich these native microbial communities, so they will play their role inside the soil. So, the thing is, we are going for this crop rotation, sir, incorporation of residues and time to time Jivamrit spray or Jivamrit application, and we are also going for this mixed cropping. So all these strategies, they increase the biosurfactant producers inside the soil.
the third question is there is a product named as waste decomposers prepared by the NCF Ghaziabad. May I know the difference between the microorganisms available in the cow dung and the microorganisms available in waste decomposer?
Basically, sir, there are so many microorganisms in cow dung. And there are two approaches. One thing is we try to cultivate. We can only cultivate 2 to 3% of the microorganisms. Others, they are non-cultivable. We are not knowing about their food. So when we go for waste decomposer formulation, then we are having only few microorganisms. But in case of cow dung, there are many microorganisms. Even we are not knowing their names. The synergy, their compatibility, and their action is very important. If we are adding this Jivamrit, so many microorganisms are there, and they are utilizing this straw, and they decompose slowly, and slow release of nutrient, that is very important. So if we say biodecomposer, it means the combination of only few microorganisms, maybe bacteria, fungi, or both. But if we talk of this Jivamrit, then a lot of microorganisms, many of them, they are having these biodecomposer capabilities.
Okay, sir. Another and the last question is that our root development is generally occurred below the soil. It means from the soil, it may hardly takes 6 inch. So our aerobic microorganisms are available within the upper layer, and the most of the anaerobic bacteria that are available in the inside the soil. So why you only concentrated the aerobic formulations in Jivamrut and Ghanjivamrut?
Sir, actually, we are not concentrating on only aerobic. We are also going for facultative or this microaerophilic microorganisms also. In case of Jivamrit, we are creating the conditions. We are trying, we are steering in the morning and evening. But even there are some microorganisms which are microaerophilic or facultative in nature. Even in anaerobic conditions, they can survive. If we talk of soil, sir, we are talking of WAPSA. In case of WAPSA, oxygen availability is there, but even there are some microorganisms which are microaerophilic in nature. They survive there and they perform their activities.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Now, sir, we are having Dr. Dhananjay with us with having a query.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, please introduce yourself.
Sir, myself, Dr. Dhananjay BN, working as an associate professor of soil science at College of Horticulture, Bangalore. My question is that is residue management is the one of the important managemental practices of natural farming. But when rain occurs, these residues will undergo anaerobic decomposition and produces various organic acids. These organic acids are during early development of seedlings. Hence, this residue management for annual crop is found to be harmful, whereas in perennial tree crops, it is okay. What is your opinion in this regard, sir?
Thank you, Dr. Dhaneja. This is very important aspect. Basically, we are using this residues as a mulch also, sir. We are also incorporating them, and we also use chopped wheat straw, paddy straw, some other straw. The thing is, we have to optimize the models in specific conditions. You are right that in those conditions, if there is raining and the age of the crop is very good, then there are no problems. If there are such type of problems, then we can use thin layer of mulches, sir. Normally, we use very thin layer of mulches, or we use chopped mulches, so that there is no such type of problems. So we are managing and we are optimizing these protocols with regard to agroclimatic conditions, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
That's very important. Thank you, sir. Thank
Okay, okay. Thank you.
If
Thank you
any
so much,
other
Dr.
part,
Saab. Okay, some have sent the queries to me. So, Dr. Saab, there is a question from Subhashi Sahu. तो वो पूछना चाह रहे हैं, sir, what message we can give to farmers who hesitate to go for soil testing, and how this can be integral for development of natural farming indicator?
Yeah, that's very good question, sir. The quality of soil is very, very important. And there are so many schemes of India so that they are awareing farmers. And there are so many farmers which are very much aware also. If some of the farmers, they are not going for this soil health or testing of soils, so we should motivate them. And different talukas, different district level, tehsil level, there are societies like this SAARTHI, and the people and scientists, they are working on this. The important thing is the health of the soil is very, very important. Sometimes if the soil health is not okay, then even they are going for this chemical farming or some other farming, they will not succeed. The important thing is the soil testing. That is very, very important. And state agriculture universities, our regional research stations, and ICR, and so many centers, ICR institutes, so they are playing role, and awareness is very important. So that's why KVKs and ICR and our universities, they are going for campaigning of soil health awareness among farmers. So ultimately, if soil is good, everything is good. If soil is not good, then first we have to go for the remedy of that particular soil. Reclamation, that is very, very important.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Saab. There is one more question. This is from Rishu Kuswa, a BSc Agri student. Sir, his question is how to increase phosphorus uptake in plants by natural farming methods.
Yeah. If we are going for natural farming practices, then the native microbial flora is being enriched. We are going for addition of these residues. We are going for crop rotation, mixed cropping, intercropping, litter is there. So ultimately, the enrichment of these microorganisms, it increases the availability of phosphorus to the plants, because different microorganisms, some phosphate solubilizing bacteria, phosphate solubilizing fungi, and other phosphate solubilizing microorganisms, they synthesize organic acids, different type of organic acids, and that leads to the decrease in pH, and ultimately solubilization of the phosphorus is there. If we go for proper natural farming practices, then enrichment of such microorganisms, ultimately it increases the uptake and solubilization of the phosphorus in plants.
Thank you so much, Dr. We have the last question for this session. डॉक्टर राजेश लाठर ने पूछा ये सवाल, हैवी मेटल की बहुत बड़ी समस्या है जो कृषि उत्पाद में पेस्टिसाइड रेजिडुए से भी अधिक गंभीर है। हैवी मेटल्स जो ऑलरेडी सोil एंड वाटर में होते हैं, उनको कैसे रोक सकते हैं? पौधा तो उनको अपटेक करेगा ही अगर वो पानी और मिट्टी में मौजूद है। तो इस पे थोड़ा सा प्रकाश डालें आप सब।
सर, ये बड़ा अच्छा क्वेश्चन है। बेसिकली अगर आप देखें कि पहले अगर हम नेचुरल फार्मिंग कर रहे हैं, तो कैपिलरी एक्शन होता है। कैपिलरी एक्शन में हैवी मेटल कभी भी अपर लेयर पे नहीं आते। लेकिन डॉक्टर साहब का अच्छा क्वेश्चन है कि अगर वो पानी के अंदर ही हो, अगर मिट्टी के अंदर ही हो, तो फिर हमें सर डिफरेंट स्ट्रेटजीज फॉलो करनी है। और नेचुरल फार्मिंग अगर हम कर रहे हैं, तो हम ऐसी क्रॉप्स की करें जिसमें डायरेक्ट कंज्यूम हम नहीं कर रहे। जैसे या तो हम जैसे कॉटन क्रॉप करें, जो अनाज वाली जो फसलें हैं उस टाइम वो ना करें। और जो ऑर्चर्ड है, डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ मल्टी क्रॉपिंग सिस्टम है, इस तरह की स्ट्रेटजीज फॉलो करके हम पर्टिकुलर एरिया में जो हैवी मेटल का जो लेवल है उसको हम कम कर सकते हैं। बहुत सारी ऐसी क्रॉप्स हैं जो बायो रेमेडिएशन करती हैं, जैसे ब्रासिका है, तो ब्रासिका बहुत अच्छा बायोरेमेडिएटर है। ब्रासिका अगर आप लगाओगे तो डिफरेंट प्रोसेसेस, इवन ये अपटेक भी कर लेती है और डिफरेंट फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर देती है, इवन लेड को भी। तो इस तरह से इंटीग्रेटेड अप्रोच के साथ हम जो लेवल है उसको हम कम कर सकते हैं। और अगर हैवी मेटल्स हमारी बॉडी में चला भी जाता है और एक लेवल तक तो हमारी बॉडी भी उसको अडॉप्ट करने की कोशिश करती है, उसको रिमूव करती है एक्सक्रीशन के थ्रू। लेकिन अगर कंसंट्रेशन ज्यादा हो जाए तो अल्टीमेटली इट लीड्स टू द कैंसर। ऐसे प्लांट्स में है। जब नेचुरल फार्मिंग प्रोसेसेस हम कर रहे हैं, जब वहाँ पे पीएच ओके है, वहाँ पे डिफरेंट टाइप के माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं, उनकी जो सिनर्जिज्म है, माइक्रोबियल एक्टिविटीज होती हैं, सो तो वो धीरे धीरे जो हैवी मेटल्स की कंसंट्रेशन एक पर्टिकुलर लेवल पे उसको वो कम कर देती हैं। और वो अल्टीमेटली हमारी जो क्रॉप है उसके लिए यूजफुल है और हमारी हेल्थ के लिए भी यूजफुल है। तो जो हैवी मेटल्स का लेवल है उसको इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग इज कि उसका बायोमैग्निफिकेशन ना हो, हमारी बॉडी में भी एक्युमुलेट ना हो, प्लांट्स में भी एक्युमुलेट ना हो, और सोयल में एक जगह उनकी कंसंट्रेशन ज्यादा ना हो। ज्यादा कंसंट्रेशन होती है वो टॉक्सिक होती है। अगर इनकी कंसंट्रेशन बहुत कम होती है, अगर हम इसमें मल्चीज यूज कर रहे हैं, अगर हम डिफरेंट टाइप के क्रॉप्स यूज कर रहे हैं, डिफरेंट टाइप की प्रोसेसेस लाइक एडजॉर्प्शन हो रही हैं, तो वहां पे अगर वहां पे रिकैल्सिटेंट कंपाउंड बन रहे हैं, ऐसे कंपाउंड बन रहे हैं कि जो हैवी मेटल है उसमें लॉक हो जाएगी, इस तरह की जो प्रोसेसेस हैं, ये सारी प्रोसेसेस होती है नेचुरल फार्मिंग में। तो नेचुरल फार्मिंग में अल्टीमेटली दैट्स व्हाई वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कि इसका जो प्रोड्यूस है उसकी क्वालिटी अच्छी होती है, क्योंकि जो हैवी मेटल है उसका अपटेक है वो नहीं होगा, और वहां पे जो कंडीशंस ऐसी क्रिएट हो जाएंगी कि उसके इफेक्ट को मिनिमाइज किया जा सके।
Thank you so much, sir, for following the queries of the participants. I request if any other participant have any query, they can send their queries in the chat section. We will take it in next session. Now I would invite Miss Harshita for the validatory session.